Well, it's a very kind of fractured system. There's lots of different competing unionist parties and claims, and there are increasingly, it's still a minority, but there are increasingly parties who try and say, hey, let's move beyond these old sectarian divides and look towards a kind of new politics for Northern Ireland. But I think until we get more settled, I mean, especially with the issues that Brexit has thrown up, those big fundamental questions about the border between Northern Ireland and Ireland, the border between Northern Ireland across the sea to England, those questions are once again absolutely at the forefront because it hasn't been settled by the protocol with the EU post-Brexit, and the DUP and the Sinn Fein are still arguing about how they would resolve that row. London doesn't quite know what to do. Brussels doesn't quite know what to do. So I think it's a little fanciful to kind of imagine that the bread and butter doorstep issues will actually dominate. But it is true. You know, Le Pen's a good example, but also the Scottish National Party in Scotland do exactly the same thing. They campaign constantly on, you know, how bad the ruling party is, on the cost of living crisis. We'd do this for your taxes. We would improve the health service. We'd improve teaching. People vote for that party. And then after the election, they say, see, there's a huge majority for Scottish nationalism. So there's a bit of a sleight of hand, and I'm sure Sinn Féin will do the same thing if they do become the biggest party. And that'll be for the first time in 101 years that the Northern Ireland isn't led by a unionist. You know, don't make no mistake, Sinn Féin will say that is proof that there should be a united Ireland.